Today's video is about health and wellness, more specifically water consumption. Most of us know that water is beneficial and that we have to drink water to stay alive. But in this video, I'm actually going to talk about 4 specific times of the day, reasons to drink water that will change your life forever, making you even smarter, making you actually lose weight, and making you feel better. Okay, let's talk about those benefits of water. The first tip that I want to talk about begins with setting it up the night before. So before you go to bed, I want you to fill up a 34 ounce jug of water, okay? Hopefully it's something that you reuse, or even glass, but at least something that you're constantly reusing, and put that by your bed, okay? And you're not going to drink that tonight. Hopefully you've had water tonight to drink, but in the morning you're going to drink that water. And so I want you to set an alarm 30 minutes before you need to wake up. Now, the reason why I'm telling you to do this is I've done this for the last year and it changed my life forever. So setting that alarm 30 minutes before you have to wake up. So you set one at 30 minutes before and then you set one at your normal time. And so I wake up at 30 minutes before and I drink that entire jug of water, okay? And then I just kind of lay there, okay? And I just kind of chill out for 30 minutes to come back around, and then I have to get up to go to work. But what this does is that it actually flushes out the toxins in your body. Right? It flushes out those toxins. Remember, when we're sleeping, we're not drinking any water, so we're also dehydrated. So it's helping with that dehydration. The next thing that it's going to do is it's going to fire up your metabolism. Okay? There's statistics out there that say almost 24% higher metabolism for at least the next 90 minutes. Okay? So that means that you are burning fat. Your body's working at a high rate and high speed. And that's what's so great, because you're combating the dehydration, you're increasing your metabolism, you're flushing those toxins, and you're getting a lot of your water consumption in the very beginning of the day. So remember, you always want to drink water first before any other drink. So you don't want to drink coffee first, you don't want to drink tea first. Remember, tea is a diuretic, right? So you definitely don't want to do that because you're already dehydrated from sleeping for so many hours, right? You don't want to have something that dehydrates you even more. So getting that 34 ounces of water in is so awesome. So by laying there for a few minutes and not jumping right into your routine, you allow that water to kind of dissipate so you're not feeling bloated. And so by the time you finally get up, 30 minutes later, you're feeling great. You go in the kitchen, grab yourself some coffee or tea, and you're starting your day. The second tip that I want to talk about is drinking water before every meal, especially the largest meal that you're going to eat that day, whether it's lunch or dinner, right? Remember that water is an appetite suppressant, right? So when we drink it before we eat, we feel what? Full. We start to feel full and we eat less. So I usually like to drink about 16 ounces of water about 30 to 40 minutes before I eat dinner. And it really helps me because dinner is the largest meal I have. And that water, when I drink it, actually just cuts a little bit of my cravings down. It cuts my appetite a little bit. And I also feel better because I probably haven't been drinking water the whole day like I should. And so it helps me not only feel fuller, but it also hydrates me. And also, one of the great things about that is that you actually start losing weight. And it's not because you're just drinking the water, it's because you're eating less. Okay, so it's not only practical, but it's also healthy. The third tip that I want to talk about, and this one threw me in the very beginning, okay? But you know when you feel really, really bloated, you get up and you feel really bloated, or throughout the day you seem to get more and more bloated, or maybe your face seems to be really puffy, and you seem to be holding and retaining a lot of fluid. You know, a lot of times we feel that we don't want to drink any water. Like, we already got enough stuff retaining here, why would I want to add any in, right? Well, that's what's wild about it, is actually you want to drink more water. Okay, you want to drink more water, even though it seems like you shouldn't be drinking water because it's retaining it, but it's actually going to help you because the body's retaining that water because it's dehydrated. So if you are able to drink more water and begin to flush out your system, that puffiness is going to go down, and also the bloat is also going to go down. But in the process, it seems really antithetical to the idea. It seems like we're going to add to the bloat, but it's actually quite the opposite. And the fourth and last tip that I want to give in today's video on water and healthy water hacks is headaches and dehydration. I want to talk about that because I found that when I don't drink enough water, my brain actually hurts and I get headaches, right? And those headaches last a long time. And when I started feeling a headache coming on, I used to like jump to the Tylenol or the Advil, and I would take a little sip of water, and I thought that was going to help. Now, sometimes that does help, but a lot of times you're not getting enough water. It's actually the brain telling you that it's dehydrated, and that's why it has a headache. Now, not all headaches are because you're dehydrated, okay? But specifically, a dehydration headache can happen. And what's happening here is that a lot of us don't realize that our brain is about 72 to 80% water. Okay, so if something's like that much percentage of water, that means that you have to drink a lot of water to sustain that, right? It's an organ. And the funny thing about it too is the brain is the fattest organ that we have in the body, which is about 60% fat, which is interesting too. So what happens is that when our brain gets dehydrated, right, it can actually shrink. It can actually shrink to the lack of water, and it has to work harder to accomplish the same things as a fully hydrated brain. So think about that. There's multiple studies out there that show that when you don't drink water, your brain actually shrinks. So what's happening is your brain's hurting because it's not getting enough of the water to propel the energy that it needs to have forward. So this is a very powerful thing to think about. So the next time you have that headache kind of creeping up at work, instead of just, grasping for the bottle of Advil or Tylenol, wait it out and drink some water. Drink about 16 ounces of water and see if that helps. If it still doesn't help, take something, but you want to try to get that water level up there so that you can feel better, and you can also cross that off the list, because if it's just dehydration, why take a bunch of pills if you can just drink the water? I love water. I'm a big believer in drinking water as much as you can every day, especially in the morning. That's one of the biggest life hacks that I figured out, is that if you can do that, get out of bed, drink that water, get back in bed and lay down for those few minutes, you're going to feel amazing, because you can get up, you get going fast, your brain feels good, you have clarity, you don't have a headache, and you can get ready and start your day. If you have any other tips on times of the day to drink water, or how much, or before certain activities, I'd love to hear from you, because all of our health is important, our wellness is important. And so not only is it important for us to deal with relationships properly, or to understand toxic relationships, or to understand different personality disorders, or to understand codependency, it's also important for us to feel good and to be healthy, to deal with our life properly. And so I hope this video has helped. Please share it with your family and friends, or anybody that you think needs to see this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to live your true life.